Hey guys, welcome to the Something About Yarn podcast. Today's a little bit different than what I normally do, just because I'm a little bit short on time. I was going to record over my 2 days off and we just got really busy. Ended up going out both days because I had to get my car work done and all that fun adulting stuff that you have to do, you know. So yeah, I did some knitting, and then I also, like yesterday me and Michael, my boyfriend, decided to go over to Guitar Center, because we just like, oh, let's just see what they've got and let's, have some fun with that. And we both ended up getting something that we've been wanting for a really long time. So my recording time for the podcast last night was actually spent playing a new digital piano that I got a great deal on. So I haven't been able to play the piano regularly in forever, just from, all the different stuff that's happened over the years. It's been a really long time. For a while our piano was in storage after my dad passed away, and then it was out of tune. So it's just like, but anyway, so yeah, I am really, really excited to be able to play the piano again. So I was like, oh yeah, I was supposed to podcast. So anyway, right now I have about 20 minutes until I need to leave for work. So I thought, I'll just get a really quick episode in. And so yeah, let's just jump right in because gotta have to today. So yeah, I have been continuing to work on my cardigan in Cameo Yarns. And my voice is just so you know, my voice is a little off today. I've been having a lot of allergies, and in Georgia there's a wonderful thing called pine dust. I don't know how many of you have encountered that, but the pine dust itself is actually too big to cause normal allergies. It's more like an irritant, but for me, I am actually allergic to anything pine. So pine sap, pine needles, pine dust, anything like that, I start getting a rash. I had a little bit of one last night, but I don't think it was enough to actually go anywhere, thank goodness, because when I actually get into pine stuff, it is a rash like all up my arms and down the backs of my legs for about 3 weeks, and it's miserable. So all that to say, I've been having horrible allergies in general, and then on top of that, it's been like really irritating me with the pine dust. So I'm not going to be my normal high-pitched voice self today. Anyway, sorry, random. But yeah, I've been working on my cardigan in Cameo Yarns. So, and this is being filmed with a front-facing camera, so I can actually see what I'm doing because I didn't have time to do my whole setup. So I can actually see what I'm showing you, but the quality may not be as good. But anyway, so yeah, this is going to be, I know I've kind of refrained from talking about too many details in the past, but I decided that I would like to be a little bit more open with like my design process as it goes, instead of being like, oh I can't talk about anything. Because I've been watching Hohi's journals and she talks about her process, and it's just like really fascinating to me, even as a designer, to see, so I thought, hey, why not? I'll just go ahead and, share stuff with you guys. So anyway, so yeah, so this is it's probably gonna be, with the raglan, it's a cap sleeve, so I'll go down a little bit farther. But what makes this really fun to me is the texture right here on the side. Right after, like a couple inches after the sleeve, you start doing a texture, down the side, and it's going to be a lot of fun. You increase the texture around as you go. So it's kind of hard to picture it, and hopefully the quality of the footage will give you enough of a sneak peek, but it'll be easier to show once I can actually put the thing on. And so yeah, and then the other thing that I've been working on, oh, and yes, I did get my hair cut. I think I told you guys that on the Instagram live video that I did. So yeah, yay, back to normal. I tried to do the long thing and it's just like, no, I can't. It takes too long. It was taking me 10-15 minutes to blow dry and fix, and now it's like 1 minute and 30 seconds, and it's just like, yeah, I need to go back to that. So anyway, so yeah, I know quite a few of you saw my picture of the Malabrigo yarn cakes on Instagram, and this is what I'm doing with them. It's new. It's something I've never done before. Yay! It's a new shawl shape I've never designed, and it keeps curling, so. But yeah, I have never designed a, dang it, what's the name? What should I officially, boomerang shape. I had to look at my notes. So yeah, and like to help me visualize the color segments and how I want them to be, I took different beads. Whoops, the camera's on that side. I took different beads, one in each color that like represents the yarns, and I played with them to decide on a color, it's not focusing, oh well, a color sequence for what I want to do. So it's just kind of like a little thing, and I'll just tie it to my notebook, and then I'll be like, oh, what color's next? Oh, you know, because I wanted to be a little bit, excuse me, be a little bit creative with how I did like the color play, because I don't know, did I post that on Instagram? I'm not sure. My camera and my phone's in use, so I can't check. But anyway, when I got these, I was just like, okay, I've got to do some serious color play, because it is so gorgeous. And I know I've talked about them here on the podcast, and I also took pictures. I just can't remember if I actually put them up on the blog or not, which is wonderful, isn't it? So anyway, yeah. But yeah, so that's what I'm doing. Probably not going to take this with me to work today, just because I'm still trying to figure out how I want to put the textures together. But I did a lot of research on the different shawl shapes and kind of decided on one, and then like there was a formula online, so I took it, did a swatch. There were several things I did not like about it, namely how many yarn overs there were. I did not want the super yarn over like open look on the edge, so I figured out what to do to change that, and then the shape was a little bit off, so I figured out the math on how to make it a little bit, sorry, my nose is itching from how to make it more the shape I wanted. So I did a lot of research. I found like 3 or 4 different formulas, a way to do these, and then I kind of tweaked it and made it my own. So that's been kind of fun. I'm hoping to really grasp this shawl shape, because I really, and then also like the kite shape, and like there's like I had a whole workshop pulled up of like different shapes and everything. I really want to grasp that, just because there are so many beautiful designs out there that use that instead of like the traditional, you know, triangle and stuff like that. And it's like, as a designer, I'm like, ooh, I really want to try this out. It's new, it's exciting, well, new to me, exciting, and, you know, I want to try to grasp that, because I think that my style is actually more, not exactly freestyle, but I don't like the confines of a traditional triangle shawl for everything. Now there is one project that I'm about to work on that I will be doing a triangle, just because that fits the style of what I want for it. You know, the construction and everything, it'll all fit together beautifully. But overall, most of my ideas would probably work better in something like this, where you have more of a fluid shape and, you know, some fun, the way that the yarn moves, you know, like with the knitted texture, the way it moves, and oh, I hope this will focus. Let me see. Is it? Nah, no, it's not wanting to focus. Oh well. But anyway, so yeah, that's what I have been working on. That's all I have knit. It's just this little tiny thing here, because I spent so much time. I think I knitted up 2 or 3 different samples and then ripped them out. I was like, no, I don't like this, and ripped them out, and then did another one. And so yeah, that was most of my knitting on my off days. I was trying to figure that out, so not a whole lot to show, but yeah, I think that's about it. If you guys would be interested, I might post a few like little mini videos once I get back into the swing of things on piano, because there are some things that I want to learn and kind of have fun with. My new piano does connect to like GarageBand on iPad, so I might play around with like mixing something and like having some fun with that. So but yeah, if that's something, you know, I know this is like a knitting thing, but I love music, so you know, I might put it in like a separate kind of video. Oh, I did get on and do the votes for the, hopefully that's not backwards, Mason Dixon Knits March Mayhem 2019. And yeah, did all my votes, and I'm keeping track of all of them printed out. I'm not going to show what I voted for. But yeah, there's such a awesome, like really good mix of stuff. I had a couple of different categories give me a lot of trouble as far as what I wanted to vote for. There were like 2 more in each one that I wanted to vote for. You can only do 8. Yeah, but that is, round 1 is through the 24th. So if you haven't gotten on and done that, it's super easy. I recommend going ahead and doing that just for fun. And yeah, just I always missed it in the previous years. I would find out about it right after it ended. It's like, oh, great, well, next year. And then the next year would roll around and I missed it again. So this time, found out about it on time. So I'm doing the voting and really enjoying it. And I'm gonna, like, you know, use their little bracket printout thing to keep track of who wins what. So that's gonna be fun. The secret project that I couldn't talk about is actually this, and it's making me really yellow to show this. Yeah, it's a hat design. So I ended up not having enough brain power to submit it to where I wanted to submit it to. It's just like, it got to like a few days before the deadline, and I could have done it and I would have been fine as far as, you know, time and everything, but it's just my stress levels at that time. I just couldn't concentrate long enough to sit down and actually get this, because in that instance you do have to, they require a finished pattern, not just a, like an idea, like a proposal. Don't go to sleep. I need you. So yeah, so that's, but anyway, so yeah, I will hopefully be looking, oh my gosh, I don't like being that yellow. I'm already yellow. I have olive skin. I don't like being super like pukey yellow. But anyway, so yeah, I will be looking for some testers. I'll be posting about it on Ravelry. It's just a really simple hat with some fun cable design, and stuff like that, and then like some cable texture all over the body of the hat. So, and then I need to put a pom-pom on it. So yeah, I'm keeping an eye out for that. I'm hoping to put that in the test phase in the next couple of weeks, maybe. I don't know. We're kind of, you know, I mean, it's spring here in Georgia, which is why my eye is itching ferociously. Oh my gosh. Oh man, sorry. So, but I mean, hey, hats are always fun to knit when it's hot outside, right? It's a little, you know, project that's not like super bulky on your lap. And so yeah, let me know on YouTube, Instagram, whatever, Ravelry, whatever, if you would be interested in testing this for me. This one is a little bit small. I think it kind of, yeah, I mean, it's okay, but I think I need to add a larger size for people who prefer a looser fit. So that would be something I would want tested as well. Okay, that was scary. I thought I lost everything that I just recorded because my timer went off, which means I need to get ready for work, so I'm going to keep this really brief. But I did a video a couple weeks ago instead of a podcast that I meant to post because I got my giveaway package from Hey Sister Yarn Company, and I'm so excited. And all the pieces have been sitting out waiting for me to show them. But then, once again, I got busy and I forgot to post the video. So, plus the footage wasn't that great. So I was like opening the box one-handed, and yeah, anyway, so here it is. Here's the yarn that I got. So I do have some stash enhancement. Yay! So yeah, this is the lovely yarn, and I bet that's gonna be backwards, but anyway, so yeah, this lovely tweedy goodness here. And then here's the pin that I got. Swatch Munch. I love these. They are so cute. I left it on the card specifically because I did not want to take it off until I had shown you guys, because it's a lot easier to see on the card than off of the card. And then I also got this lovely bag from Jenna Rose. Don't know if you guys follow her on Instagram. I do. I have purchased from her, and this goes really well with the bag that I purchased from her. So, and I just love this. Like, it's gonna like be, it's like a yarn bucket. Like, take it to Starbucks with my knitting ladies and just set it down, and it'll just, you know, once it has yarn in it, it'll just stay open, and it's just like, okay, yeah, you know. So nice and roomy, gorgeous. So yeah, so I did have a little goodie to share, and then I also got an adorable mug, which is currently waiting to be washed again. So, so yeah, I did get a little goodie without actually breaking my my yarn diet. So thank you, Tabitha and Rachel, for the awesome goodie that I got. So excited to have won that, and I cannot wait. I think I'm gonna probably end up designing, depending on the yardage of these, which I need to look up online. I may do like a hat and cowl, or hat and fingerless gloves, or cowl, something like that, if I can get, because it looks like a pretty good, like a, oops, like a DK weight kind of thing, maybe a heavy DK, like a worsted. Can't tell, it's so floofy, like I can't tell, so I'll have to look up the yardage. But anyway, so yeah, yay. So yeah, thank you guys for hanging out with me. Thank you for bearing with me on being so irregular with the podcast, with my knitting mojo coming back, and this actually looking like how I want it to look. I should be able to provide a little bit more regular content again. I really do hope that I can, I mean, that knitting frenzy that like produced the, I don't know, oomph to do all those podcast episodes was like a thing. I'm hoping to get it back, maybe not quite as fiercely. But yeah. Oh, and then I was watching Johanna on Potion Yarns did her podcast talking about digging into her knitting basket and pulling out all her old stuff and kind of going through that as kind of like a spring cleaning thing. I'm thinking I'm probably going to do that, and maybe I will show some of the stuff on the podcast. I kind of did it last year when I was doing my my finishing project sprint before the end of 2018. So I did kind of do that, but I need to actually make a decision on what I want to finish and what I want to rip out. So I may talk about that here on the podcast. So anyway, I hope you guys have a good weekend. I will get this posted as soon as I possibly can, and I need to get to work. So thank you guys. Have a good one.